Okay, you guys, we are recording and I'm going to share my screen here. See if it works. Okay. Who can I see? Sally, I can see you. Does this look normal? Can you see the part of the screen you're supposed to see? All right, and then you can see the whole thing. Okay, I cannot see the whole thing because I have this little, all right, just now I can't see anybody's faces, but that's okay. All right, you guys. So we're just going to go ahead and get started here. And I chose this call because I hear this all the time. That, people are working and they're not getting results, or they're trying to help someone in their downline work. And, they're just saying like, I'm working, but it's not happening. And there can be two things. Number one, you're not working in the way that you need to be in order to grow your business. Or number two is you just need time. So you need to be doing the right kind of work, but you need to give it time. And it's just one of those two things. I've been doing this for 10 years and I see this all of the time. So when we get to the end of the call, if you're like, yes, I am doing all of the things, all of the work in the right way, and I'm still waiting to hit diamond, I'm still waiting for, these things to happen in my business, then that's okay. That's normal. You just need more time to keep doing the things and don't get tired of doing the right things. I worked my business for over 2 years before I saw the level of success that I wanted. I was making a couple $1,000s a month, but what I really wanted was to be able to fully pay all of my bills. So you guys keep doing the things, and this is also going to help you with your team too. If you see somebody who is just not having the results that they want. Let's see. Okay. So we all come into this business with different goals, and I'm expecting the majority of you who are on here, to be on here because you want to grow a business, and that's why you're here. So if you come to this, as a hobby, that's okay too. We're gonna talk a little bit about that as well. So if you just want a couple $100s a month, that's totally fine. You can do that just sharing a referral link here and there. But I'm going to assume that most of you are here because you want a large amount of money. You want to be a diamond, or you want to be a jewel. You want to have a massive amount of success in your business. And this thing just won't move forward. Okay. So the first type of work, I call it work in quotations because it's not really work. If someone comes to you and they say that they are working, but their planner is empty and they can't show you the work that they are actually doing, meaning they can't show you the contacts that they've made or the conversations that they're having. They can't tell you the new joins on their team, or even the calls that they're participating in. They can't show you the IPA. They're probably not really working. They might just be here for hobby money. Even if they say they want diamond, we have to watch someone's actions, not the words that are coming out of their mouth. So this kind of person might put up posts a few times a month, or just here and there, maybe a few times a week. They're not super consistent. They might show up for calls occasionally, but their camera isn't going to be on. They're not engaging on book club. They're just kind of there, like, yep, I showed up, I did the thing, but they might miss the next few weeks, or they might be on a date night and team call isn't a priority. They're not really investing in this in a business. They're just probably just here for a referral link and a couple $100s a month. So they might get joins, but they don't have a plan to help them have success or even get the results that they need on the product. So they're not learning about detox or how our products work. They're really just excited about their results, and they want to easily share with a few people and maybe get a few joins here or there. Therefore, they're not going to be consistent. They're going to slow down when this business isn't fun or easy, because they weren't really in this for the long haul anyways. And we can actually get people really far. People can get to gold or ruby or even emerald by treating this like a hobby, if they get lucky and some people sign up under them, they can make a really big paycheck. But then as soon as it becomes work, or they have to do something that they're not really feeling like doing, they're like, whoa, wait a minute, I didn't sign up for that. I just came here to share a product that I love. So this is also why it's really important to help people with their why, and to help them see a bigger picture and the bigger vision with their business. But if this is what someone is here for, and you're trying to push them, you're trying to motivate them for something more, and they're just not showing up and they're not doing the things, or they're not being coachable, it could be because this is why they're here. And I respect people for wherever they're at in their business. I always want to push people a little bit further because I have such big vision for them and everyone's lives, really, and this business and this opportunity and these products. And every day that I'm a diamond, I think, why wouldn't everybody in the world want to do what I do? Because I love it so much. So that's the first type of working. The second type of work is what a lot of people fall into, and they don't realize that they're not really doing the things that they need to have diamond level of success. And part of that is because at the beginning, it might be super easy. Maybe they posted once and went fast start gold. We see that happen sometimes. So people just, sometimes they end up going through the motions. But if you're just going through the motions, and we'll talk a little bit about what that means, and you can obviously see that here on my screen, but you can expect your business to maintain or have very, very slow growth, or to go backwards in your points. It depends on the size of your business and how many leaders you have and stuff like that. But if you're showing up and doing the IPA almost consistently, so, maybe you work 2 or 3 days a week, and you're really supposed to, because you put it in your office hours, you're really supposed to be working 5 days a week, and you just, not doing the things that you have committed to doing because life gets in the way. Maybe you're on the calls, book clubs, team clubs, but your camera's not on. You're not talking. You're not adding value on book club. You're not really there. You're not taking notes. You're not excited when you leave the call. You're not really hungry. Maybe you tell yourself, oh, I already know all of that stuff. I already have all that figured out. Now, this type of person, they might tag their people in the new post in the team page. Again, that's going through the motions. Just tagging someone in a team call doesn't mean that you're doing the kind of work that's going to get you to diamond. I just see this all the time. Like I'm getting my people on the calls, and I'm showing up to do the IPA. That is not necessarily enough. They will work their set hours a day, and then they're done. They just, put their phone down or close the computer, and yep, I worked my 30 minutes, I'm done. And then they go on about their day. Like their business is just this set aside thing in their life, and they're not really thinking or dreaming or doing all the things we're going to talk about next. Another big thing is, this would be management mode. If you're just answering questions all day, and you might do some coaching calls, get on the phone, might do those things. But the other huge thing is, if their downline is motivated, then they are. So if you're somebody who is only working or excited, if you have people under you working, I understand that that's super exciting. But if that's the only time that you're really feeling that passion for your business, you're just going through the motions and you're not in growth mode. Which I'm going to talk about that next. Sometimes that's okay. Sometimes we have to make a choice to be in maintenance mode in our businesses. But if you're just starting out, or if you're ready to get new workers, or you're ready to double or triple your income this year, this third type of work right here, this is the real work. This is working to have growth in your business. So if you haven't read the book, The Slight Edge, highly, highly recommend it. I really love that book. It's probably one of my favorites. But when you're really working to grow, you're doing all of the little things that we just talked about on the last slide, but you're doing them just a little bit more. You're doing just a little bit above and beyond what you're supposed to be doing. You're putting your heart and soul into it. So I said in the title of this call, it's not about how many hours you work, it's how you work. Somebody could be working this business a solid 4 hours a day and not have a lot of growth, not double their income because they're not waking up excited. The more work this type of person does, the more they want to work. Or if they're talking to someone who's working and is excited, they're motivated along with that person. So you get off a team call and you're like, yes, I'm going to go send 20 messages. I'm going to do whatever this person said to do. I'm going to apply it. Or you get off book club and you're just pumped. You want to talk to your downline or your upline and you want to connect. You're underlining things. You're sending pictures. You're just excited. Sometimes it's hard to fall asleep if you're growing your business like you should after you get off these calls because you're so motivated and there's just not enough time in the day to do all of the things that you want to do. So even if you're not having the progress that you want yet, if this is you, you know that everything is figure outable and it will happen. Trusting the process is a huge part of it. You still don't lose your excitement. You still don't lose your passion. Honestly, this is belief. It's belief in seeing something that hasn't happened yet, but you know that it's there and you're going to continue to put in that effort because you know that it's that picture of that man chiseling through the rock and he's so close to the diamond, but he doesn't know it yet. And the one person turns around and goes the other direction. They quit. But that other person, they hit that diamond and it's because they stuck it out. So knowing that it will happen. Don't just send messages hoping a join will come. You need to set a goal and make it happen. At the end of the month, there has always been a big rush. All right, I'm going to get my third person. 3 people a month was always our goal. And then helping those 3 get their 3. And at the end of the month, there's this hustle, there's this excitement. We would be up till midnight as we were growing to jewels and to diamonds, working and so excited for the end of the month. And then the new month came in, just that excitement, not this, oh, there's another month. Okay, it came and went. Let me check my points. They're not where I want them to be. But setting goals, set goals with your team and then take them with you. This is leadership. So a lot of this type of working to have growth is very leadership based. So you need to be hungry to learn. And this is key. Apply it. Not just showing up to check it off your list. You cannot just check this off your list. Now, if you're sick and your kids are sick, you might just have to check it off the list. Like, okay, I did it. I showed up. I didn't die, but you're not really there. But if that's how you're working every day in your business, it's no wonder some people aren't getting people to follow them because they're not really there. They're just showing up. So be hungry to apply what you're learning. You need to have a winning mindset, knowing that things will happen. So your mindset is huge. I love the book, Building Bounce, and Success is a Choice by John Maxwell. That one's by John Maxwell, Building Bounce. I don't remember who it's by, but it's just all about that mindset and this mentality for growth. It's probably the most important thing that I can think of aside from actually doing the work. If your mindset is right, a lot of times the work will follow. So you just need to have so many ideas for your business and so little time to get things done. You're always hungry for more. You just feel like there's not enough hours in the day. Like I said, like you want to have so many different events. Maybe you think about doing a call for prospects for military moms or working moms, and you just have so many ideas. You might not be able to implement all of them, but your brain is going for new ways to grow your business. We talked about management mode. Also, you have to be willing to do hard things. Unfortunately, nothing in life worth having is always fun 100% of the time. And when it's not easy or fun, that's when the hard things come in. But doing the hard things is so rewarding and so worth it. And honestly, so necessary. So these are just four things that I do not like to hear from people. This shows that you are not working to have growth. Now, you might have a bad day and you might not be motivated on a bad day, but that's a bad day. It's not a bad month. It's not a bad year. It's not a bad 5 years, right? No plugging away. We're not just plugging away. We're sharing health and wellness and a financial freedom opportunity with people. So we're not plugging away. We're not just trucking along. You guys, if you've said these things, I love you, but we're not doing this. We're not trucking along here. We're not going to say I'm not motivated. What do you mean you're not motivated? We're going to talk about what to do if you're feeling these things too. Burnt out. There's no burnt out. You might need to recharge yourself, but getting on a call like this or getting on book club or even just reading a few pages in some of the books we recommend, that should help with feeling burnt out. Maybe you need to set better office hours. So you don't feel like you're working all day long. You need to stick to working during nap time or working when your kids are in bed. But a general mentality of I feel burnt out, that's not good. You need to relook at your passion and why you're doing this. Don't do the bare minimum to get by. This is not working an hourly job. This is building a business. And I don't make over $1,000 an hour because this was easy. There's a saying that if it's easy, it's sleazy. I really believe it. When people are working 30 minutes a day and they're wondering why they don't have the paycheck that I have, I worked really hard to get to where I am during nap time and bedtime. Very rarely was I working when my kids are awake because I had 5 kids under the age of 7 and I simply could not do that. I've been chasing my 2 kids around this week because my older kids are gone. And yeah, there's just a total reminder of how, yep, I definitely work during nap time and bedtime because when they're awake, it just wasn't possible. But that is 100%. All you really need to do is stick to your office hours, be passionate about what you're doing, and work 100% of the time, even when it's hard. If you commit to showing up to book club, the book clubs that I lead, the people that I put in leadership, I have a rule. You need to show up 80% of the time to book club. There's a few weeks here and there that maybe you're really, really sick or you absolutely have a time, whatever, something else was scheduled during that time. But as a general rule, sometimes it's hard and you need to show up even when it's hard. We just moved a week ago and it's hard to show up fully right now, but I am really committed to growing my business, doubling my business, helping people do the same in 2024. And this quarter is what sets you up for that success in 2024. Okay, so here's a side note, you guys. There will be times that you will have to choose, and this didn't come for many years in my business, but it could happen if you're really sick, you're pregnant, there's a death in your family, maybe you have a big move and you're going across the country and it's really hard to show up for all of the things, but this just has to be for a very short time. A smart business owner is only going to resort to working in maintenance mode during short periods of time, because this is a choice. When you choose to go into, okay, I'm just going to do the bare minimum to get by, to keep my business where it's at, to help my people, that's a choice. But if you want to continue to grow, don't be shocked if you're a ruby but you're not emerald yet, if you're not choosing to show up 100% of the time. Don't let your day run you. So for anyone who wants to be a diamond, you need to make sure that your day isn't running you. You need to run your day. That way, everything that comes up in your life, it doesn't derail you. You're going to keep your priorities on task. That's the most important thing for making sure you fit the most important things into your life, is making sure you have them prioritized. So nap time's non-negotiable for me, always. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, I will get 2 hours a day of work done because my kids take a nap or they have quiet time. If they don't nap, that's their reading time. Or now that my kids are older, they're probably off working or something, but I have all these little ones and they're definitely taking naps. So if you just wake up and you don't have a set schedule, I can tell you, if you're trying to run your business from the moment you wake up and all day long and trying to chase toddlers and trying to do lunch, it's not possible. And those of you who work full-time jobs, like a lot of you do, and we have jewels on the team, we have diamonds that have worked full-time jobs while they grew their businesses. You obviously cannot try to work your business and your full-time job at the same time. So you guys have to set office hours. I'm really big on that. That is the biggest way you can keep yourself on track and not burnt out. Okay, so here is 2 different comparisons on working. On the left, it's someone who's just getting by. Okay, this is the kind of things you'll tell yourself. Okay, I did my IPA. I'm done. Can check mark. A lot of the stuff is like check mark, but the growth mentality is I'm done for today. But I have so many people to talk to. I might send out 3 more messages. I know I was only going to do 2 today, but I'm going to send out 3 more. I'm going to do 5. Or if you're on a roll with friending people, go stay in that group you're in. I'm in a lot of milk cow groups. And I'm like, oh, this person looks interesting. And I'm going to friend all of them. We could talk about milk cows. And they're going to be exposed to plexus. The next one is I invited everyone to the event. Done. Or worse, you didn't invite anyone. If your team's doing events, you need to be inviting them. And honestly, to have a growth mentality, you need to be so excited for all the ideas that you have for events. Get your downline on board and doing events with you. Don't just wait for your upline. You're so excited. Your upline's over here watching like, oh my gosh, wow, what is she doing? She's doing all these events with her team. And that's the kind of mentality, not just sitting around waiting or asking your upline to do something for you. Go host a sip and see, have at it. No one's holding you back in your business but yourself. Number 3, I would like to be a diamond. I just hear this so often, probably no less than 7 times a week. I would like to be a diamond. And I just sit here like, okay, what are you going to do about it? You know, what areas do you need to improve in? These are things to ask yourself. What skills do I need to study and grow in? Where do I struggle? Think of some things after this call or right now, like just write down, all right, I really want to get better at retention. And then dive in for the month of September, dive into retention. Focus on little blocks of skill sets that you want to learn so it doesn't feel so overwhelming. I remember very vividly doing this. I had issues with closing people. I could get them talking, but I couldn't close. Even before that, I had to learn how to have actual conversations on Messenger with people. And we had like 3 diamonds to learn from way back in the day, 10 years ago. So you guys have so much information. The other one is just mindset. At the end of the day, you're like, no one wants to buy from me. Can't get anyone to work. I have no one left to talk to. I went through my whole friends list compared to everyone wants what I have. I just need to find them. So hungry to have those conversations, so hungry to share plexus with everyone you meet. So the year that I went diamond, I had challenged myself to share plexus with every single person that I met. Now, didn't leave my house every single day, so I wasn't talking or coming into contact with like 20 people a day. But when I did leave my house, maybe I would come into contact with 6 people a week. But in person, really committing to somehow, some way, share plexus with every cashier, every person that I bought a stroller on Craigslist from Tiffany. She signed up and she's a diamond on my team. And I just have to wonder, you know, where we would both be. This business has been such a blessing, but that's because I opened my mouth when I was buying a stroller from her off Craigslist in her driveway. So, all right, you guys, we have some action steps here for growth. Number 1, mindset. If you struggle with mindset and you're not waking up excited, and you're not going to bed with gratitude and joy, some super simple things that you can do to apply that is think of 3 things you're thankful for. When I didn't have a lot in life, I was thankful for my bed, for the money to have air conditioning, and for my kids. Like, these were the things that I was thankful for every night, and I could go to bed with a grateful heart. When you go to bed with a grateful heart, your brain is able to reproduce those positive brain cells so much better. It's just almost amazing. All right, I already talked about those books. A Slight Shift, doing daily things that excite you, so important. You need to just do it and just start taking action, and then the motivation will follow. So if you're scared to host a sip and see, or you're scared to even friend someone, I've had people scared to friend people, just do it and the motivation will come. How to be successful, you guys, it's one step at a time, not one giant leap. It's a small bit of the puzzle every day. So I'm almost out of time here, and I know we have some calls started at 9:30, so I'll just kind of go through this really quickly. But you guys, I had to draw my line in the sand maybe 4 times in my business, back before I hit gold, and just really drew that line in the sand, like, okay, I'm going all in this time. I'm going to do it. So if that's you, this isn't like an altar call, but maybe it kind of is, but go all in today and decide to get your spark back by going all in, and you have that choice. So the first step I would do is go back to your why. If you're not feeling super excited or passionate, think about why you started this in the first place. What brought you here? What goals did you have? What dreams did you have? Do you need to create a new why? You have to have a strong why, and it has to be something that makes you cry. We hear that often, but also it needs to be something outside of yourself too. You have to want to see those on your team have the same level of success that you are going towards. You don't have to have it right now, but it has to be what you're going towards, and then you all go there together. So if your business is feeling really scary, or it's not where you want it to be, or you're having a hard time just feeling like doing the things, I want you to start doing the fun things. So what do you love to do in your business? If you're brand new and you're a silver and you're just really loving posting, or just loving sharing the products with your family, or just loving to learn by testimonies and the ingredients, do something that you love, and then slowly add in one thing every day that's out of your comfort zone. The next thing is make a plan, and don't just make a decision. Sit down and write down how you're going to make it happen. I'm not talking about make a list of who you're going to contact. I'm talking about making a game plan for how you're going to show up on social media, how you're going to grow your business in the next month, maybe the people that you want to talk to, maybe some goals you want to set and how you're going to hit them. Make a plan with your upline. And then what do you want out of life? No matter what you pick, it's going to be hard. Building a business is hard, but so is broke, because I've been there, and so is working a 9 to 5. So you guys can definitely do this, but it just takes being intentional with your time and putting it where it needs to be. So being intentional with your time is, like I said, making a list of all the skill sets you want to learn how to get better at, whether it's closing, whether it's retention, whether it's recruiting, all of those things. Just make a list and be really intentional, and listen to things that excite you every single day so that you remember why you're here. I love Eric Worre's stuff. He's on Instagram. His podcast is really good. Jessie Lee is someone that a lot of people have been listening to lately. She's really good. And yeah, I just want to encourage you guys, do some of that every day and make sure you're building your business, making your contacts, talking to your people with excitement and with passion. And it really will make a difference, a night and day difference in your business. All right, guys, that's it. And I'm going to figure out how to stop the screen share, and we'll see you guys next week.